The most recognizable brand in the world, the most recognizable league in the world, the most valuable league in the world. They know what they're doing.
Is that because Tottenham got a favorable draw tonight in Europe or what?
Absolutely not. The
I
NFL,
know exactly what you're talking about.
The NFL drops a massive bomb right before the B team kicks off because they know if we let this news out at 4:10 p.m. on a Thursday afternoon, the number one show in America, the number one afternoon show in America, the best drive home show in America gets to react to it immediately, and we maximize our publicity and we maximize our viewership. Well done, NFL. You are marketing geniuses. If you have just tuned in today and you're getting off of work, you're getting in your car and you're pulling up the stream and you haven't seen the news, in the last 15 minutes, it's being reported by multiple outlets that Micah Parsons has been traded away from the Dallas Cowboys to the Green Bay Packers. In return, the Cowboys will receive 2 first-round picks. Parsons also agreed to a 4-year, $188 million extension deal with Green Bay, including $136 million guaranteed, making him the new highest-paid non-quarterback in NFL history. The Cowboys trade their best player to an interconference rival. Richard Zane, DFW,
I am pissed.
DFW native.
I am pissed.
But Lions fan.
I am not a Cowboy fan. I don't hate the Cowboys. I know a lot of people hate the Cowboys. I'm indifferent towards them. I don't love them. I don't hate them. They are omnipresent in the Metroplex, as anybody will tell you. Kay Nagley, Olin Buchanan. Olin Buchanan's a diehard Cowboy fan. Kay Nagley describes herself now as a lukewarm Cowboy fan. They are much more pissed than I am. Because now I got to worry about Micah Parsons, one of the best defensive ends, one of the best edge rushers, one of the best defensive players in all of football, getting after my main man, JG, Jared Goff, twice a year. And the Packers are a team that have given me nightmares throughout my 28 years on this planet Earth. So once again, I am upset for a number of different reasons than the people who have real reasons to be upset, which I believe are the Cowboys fans. Look,
we talked about this 2 days ago.
There is a massive intersection of the Venn diagram between Dallas Cowboys fans and Dallas Mavericks fans. In the past 8 months, they have had to watch 2 of their favorite teams trade away franchise players. That is brutal. That is not getting. You are not getting kicked in the nuts once. You are getting kicked in the nuts again.
Well, and
for your sake, I hope that, and I don't think he will because I trust him. The GM of the Rangers doesn't get rid of Seager or DeGrom, and your guy Jim Nill running the Dallas Stars doesn't get rid of Miro Heiskanen. Because these are just 2 bombshell trades that I believe the fans of the teams getting rid of the franchise player are on the wrong end of.
Well, let's invite somebody who doesn't have balls to discuss her feelings for the first time. Is Kay back there? She said she wanted to react. She had some raw emotion coming off of this. So the B team welcomes in Kay Nagley, assistant publisher. What's her official title here?
Well, I think the official title, as it reads on our site, is content specialist, but that doesn't really correctly encompass everything she does. She is very much the Swiss Army knife around here.
Hi, Kay.
Hi.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just gonna get it over with. First of all, I want to start by telling my parents I love them. Second of all,
don't curse. We haven't had any curse words.
For making me a Dallas Cowboys fan. At this point, I call myself a lukewarm Cowboys fan because it's just the disappointment that just keeps coming. And there's just,
Did you see this? I mean, this has been the soap opera of training camp. And as the season gets ready to start, how did you think this Micah Parsons versus Jerry Jones back and forth was going to end? It certainly could have been like this.
Yeah, well, the great Shireen Williams will always come on the show, and she said this week she thinks something's going to get done, so there was still some optimism, but man.
Yeah, something got done, Kay.
Something did get done, and it just goes to show that I'm hurting right now, and I'm sure Olin Buchanan will be have some words about it and be hurting in the morning,
listen,
to be honest.
why don't you pack your stuff up in the desk behind you?
The heart rate is high right now.
Go back to your house, get you a high noon, get in the pool, make everything feel a little bit better.
Brownie, that may be the move.
Wait,
Could be the move.
It could be the move.
CBTM could be the move.
Could be the move.
It's going to be super interesting tomorrow morning. She mentioned Olin Buchanan.
It's going to be amazing.
Tomorrow morning's version of TexAgs Live is going to open with David Nuno and Olin Buchanan at the desk. Nick Savage, I don't know if Nick can hear us because I think Kay's got his headphones, but Nick has made a bet, and Olin's probably not listening, so I don't think this is going to ruin the bet. He thinks that Olin is going to come in here and legitimately pound his head on the desk.
Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt. He's done it many times before, and this is the exact thing that will cause him to do it again. So, yeah, like that. Good reenactment there, Kay.
So like, I don't know if you saw, and I know what you're laughing at. Did you see earlier today? The Texas Rangers announced that Corey Seager's going to miss some time because he's got appendicitis. And somehow the DFW Sports Day got worse.
That wasn't the punch in the gut of the day.
What in the world, man?
Now, listen, we talked on Tuesday about the Dallas Cowboys' current situation within the NFC East, and it felt like to me that they were moving back toward the bottom of the pack rather than they were moving closer to the front of the pack. And this, without question, at least puts that trend, continues that trend for the next couple of years, right? These first-round picks, whoever they may be, they might be organization changers. We don't know that yet. But trading away your best player, and like you said, Richard, one of the best players in the NFL, to a team that is in your own conference who you have history against, like very notable history against. The Des Cauditt stuff is, kind of top of mind there. The Cowboys, the Packers won a Super Bowl in your building.
Yeah.
So
2010.
This is huge, huge news in the NFL. And like I said off the top of the show, it is the most recognizable brand in sports. It's the most valuable brand in sports in the entire world.
Yeah, and they have an 8-part documentary on Netflix that came out earlier this month, and for the most part the first 5 episodes are basically Jerry Jones trying to prove that the first 2 Super Bowl titles of the 90s were not because the organization was built up by Jimmy Johnson. And once again we have another instance of Jerry Jones shooting himself in the foot from a football standpoint. It has been happening for the last 30 plus years.
There is
in
no
Dallas.
intent. Yeah, and I haven't watched the documentary. You said you've watched most of it, and he does say that his goal was to try to turn this into a money making machine and a.
The words he used are an everyday soap opera. Mission accomplished. It is almost as good as General Hospital, All My Children, The Days of Our Lives, all of the famous soap operas that my mom used to watch in the early 2000s.
It's getting more like MASH. That's the daily show that is starting to replicate more than any of those you mentioned, I think. But again, there is no intention to win games.
No, especially not now. Their quarterback is Dak Prescott, and they just got rid of their actual best player because I got news for you guys. CeeDee Lamb is overrated.
Dak Prescott a top half of the league quarterback?
No. He might not even be a top half of his division quarterback.
Well, I mean, I don't think that's even a question. He's behind Jackson. He's behind Jaden Daniels. He's behind Jalen Hurts.
Okay, but he might. Okay, then depending on how things go in New York, he might be the 4th of 4.
Yeah,
Yikes,
I can't put Jackson Dart or Russell Wilson ahead of him. But Russell Wilson's got a Super Bowl.
Yep.
No, he doesn't. He went to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, he went to one. How far has Dak gotten?
Has Dak's won 1 playoff game? Is that correct? Research department in the back.
I'll look it up.
Anyway, we didn't have this. Man. So when I planned the show today, obviously didn't have this top of mind and pinned at the top of our little routine that we were going to have today. And we are going to pick some games. Lucci told me today in the office that again, this is the second time he said it. He goes, I might come by today and sit in for the last few minutes.
He was around today, man. It was odd to see him here on a Thursday. But he owns the place, so maybe shouldn't be odd to me.
So I think Top 5 Tuesday is going to stick. I liked Wisdom Wednesdays or We Learned Wednesday, whatever we're going to call it. I like Wisdom Wednesdays.
I just got to be a little more prepared. That was on me.
But what we're going to do on Thursday, I'm still kicking around this idea. So I enjoy your input. We got a couple of chats yesterday saying that you should do this. Today, at the end of the show, we are going to have it's not a challenge. I wouldn't say it's a challenge, but it's going to be something interesting that involves consumption. We're going to do this at the end of the show. Excuse me, because I don't know how our bodies are going to respond to said consumption. So the last thing that I want is to do this challenge at the beginning of the show, this type of challenge. You'll see once it happens. The last thing I want is for us to do this.
It's not on my rundown?
It's not. Oh. It's not on anybody's rundown. It's going to be a surprise. And it's not a big deal. Again, it's pretty basic. I would call it elementary on the scale of how difficult of a consumption challenge this would be. Very elementary. But it is something unique that we have in the office that I found out about today, and I think we should try it on air. Going forward, at some point, here's what I'm kicking around. And Cade, you're going to be in here. Cade's now sitting in the director's chair, right, by the way. This is why it's the B team. It just rotates. You know, whoever is going to get in front of that microphone is going to have a chance to speak behind the camera. Cade is now producing the rest of the show as Nick makes his way home. There's a lot going on here in case you haven't realized. Richard's working all the time. We have a football game in about 48 hours, going to kick off right across the street from here. But Cade, I will kind of give you some instructions on maybe you get this thing prepped with about 5 or 10 minutes left, this little thing that we're going to do at the end. But let's say this. Let's say we do this deal on Thursdays, and it's like an eating challenge that has to do with hot stuff. So we're going to eat hot chicken strips, chicken wings, whatever. I don't think that we should do that at the end of the show, right? That should be something, okay, for the first 20 minutes, 30 minutes, we're going to do level 1. And then we're going to go to level 5, 30 minutes after that. And then level 10, 15 minutes after that. It escalates throughout the show.
If we're eating hot stuff, somebody did bring a gallon of milk to the office today. Were you around for that?
You ruined it.
Oh, are you going to make me drink milk?
You ruined it.
Oh, that's because that's unpasteurized, right?
Right. Okay. So Callie's right there. Callie's going to be the one. Callie's going to be the one that sets this up. I was going to get. Callie was like, "You can tell why." No, you're in. We're all in. It's not going to be a bunch.
My tummy don't like it.
Okay, that's why we're doing it with 5 minutes left. Okay, so at about 5:40, we're going to have just 3 Dixie cups. Richard, myself, and Cade behind the camera, and we are going to taste raw, unpasteurized milk. This is right out of the teat. It's in a jug, which is weird to me. What do? They squeeze the teat into a bucket, pour bucket into jug, slap label, send out.
I don't know what the process is.
Guess who in this office requested to have unpasteurized milk?
The same person had 3 glasses of it today.
Oh, he had 3 glasses of it?
A couple of them were on air, and another one he was just
glasses? Are you serious?
Out of his mug.
That is, ugh.
Yeah.
That's insanity. I grew up drinking a lot of milk. Do you drink milk?
No. I mean, I obviously grew up drinking milk. The only time I will have milk on its own it's not even on its own. We've got some lactate milk in the fridge at the apartment, and I use it for bowls of cereal when I make some milkshakes, and then I put a little bit in my scrambled eggs to make them a little fluffier.
Does that work?
Yeah.
I drink almond milk. I put almond milk in my protein shakes. I don't know why I quit drinking regular milk, but we don't even have it at my home, and my wife doesn't drink it. And I'm sitting here wondering as you're talking, what happened to milk? Milk used to be very popular, and they had that milk, milk does a body good, got milk campaigns. Kate, did you grow up drinking milk?
Not really. So I don't think milk, just plain milk, it just doesn't taste good. I don't like how it tastes. I drank chocolate milk because it tastes good and it has sugar and it does essentially the same thing, you know what I'm saying? But
does not do
I mean,
essentially the same
like, you know,
thing.
no, okay, that's true.
Chocolate
but
milk is
it has
delicious.
It has, you know, this like the calcium and you know
Does
the
it come
things
from
that you
chocolate
need
cows?
like that. Yes, that is what I've heard.
There are some
Best form of chocolate milk is the ones you make yourself with the Hershey syrup.
Not Hershey syrup. Not Hershey syrup. You like Hershey syrup more than Nesquik powder?
No, yeah.
Wow.
Were you guys there for the True Moo days? The True Moo chocolate milk?
See, True Moo is
True Moo
good.
is good.
I'd rather make my own with Nesquik, and I always put a little bit too much chocolate Nesquik to where you could kind of feel it. It's a little gritty in your teeth.
That's like the least surprising thing you've said.
My grandmother, whenever she's 88 years old and still kicking, but whenever she would cook, and like old Southern grandma cooking, her house was like a community table when I was growing up. We'd all go over there. The whole family would come in. She didn't work. She stayed at home all day and cooked for the entire family. We'd all go over there. You'd have policemen coming by. You'd have everybody's friends, other families coming by. It was like open door policy at my grandmother's house on Avenue C in Nederland, Texas. She could really, really cook. And it was, like I said, traditional Southern fare. And let me tell you this, she used to make a banana pudding that had so much sugar in it, you could feel the granules in your teeth. And, you know, at 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 years old, it was the best thing I'd ever eaten. The best thing I'd ever eaten. And then she started making chocolate icebox pies. And for me, that kind of, in my rankings of Mamaw desserts, the chocolate icebox pie went to the front. But the banana pudding will hold a special place. Banana pudding's hard to screw up.
Important question about the banana pudding. Did it have vanilla wafers in it?
Of course.
Okay, good.
Of course. I don't think that it's banana pudding without vanilla wafers.
I would totally agree with that statement.
I agree with all of this. I like banana pudding.
But banana pudding is kind of like pizza.
How so?
Like even bad banana pudding is pretty good. Like even bad pizza is you're still eating pizza.
Sure. That's a good point. It's a good take. It's a great take.
Like what we call it, like a high floor dessert.
You know, since we've started doing these shows, I've heard from your wife on back-to-back days. So
yeah, she said that she hold on, time out. She said she texted you yesterday and you didn't respond. But I told her we're not. I don't have where my text.
It's also a text I couldn't read on air. So
oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But my point is, I brought that up to say that I enjoy hearing from Ashley K.
Well, she texted me yesterday during the show too, and I'm like, I don't have where my text can show up on my computer screen like you do. So. And it's not just her. I've had like 5 or 6 people text me during the show to try to correct us or give us the name of movies or whatever that we were struggling with. And I don't look at my phone. So maybe I don't want to turn it on.
Going on. That's for sure.
There's a lot of what?
Struggling going on.
Okay. My wife doesn't want me to drink unpasteurized milk. It's very dangerous. We're not going to consume a whole glass of it. And I want to take a sip of it though. It's not dangerous.
Okay.
Let's Google that. Let's Google that while we're sitting here talking. But you know, the Micah Parsons thing.
Jeez, man, that's
rolls the roost
crazy.
of the day. And I had 0 professional football on the rundown today.
I had seen earlier in the day that the Cowboys were finally listening. Like they were finally really actually taking serious inquiries about trade packages for him. I saw that earlier this morning, like 11 a.m., saw it on my Twitter feed. Kind of like, okay, that's a throwaway thing. Nothing seemed imminent. But geez, apparently as the day went on, and I guess it was Schefter who dropped the bombshell right around 4 o'clock, right after 4 o'clock.
I didn't see who had it first.
Man, I'm just assuming it was Adam Schefter. So if it wasn't Shefty, apologies to the reporter who actually had it first.
We're going to need some people to help us on this raw milk stuff because there's differing views on the internet, and I don't know what is real and what's not. The FDA, Food and Drug Administration, raw milk can contain a variety of disease-causing pathogens as demonstrated by numerous scientific studies. Well, that's a pretty strong statement right there. These studies, along with numerous food-borne outbreaks, clearly demonstrate the risk associated with drinking raw milk. Pasteurization effectively kills raw milk pathogens without any significant impact on milk nutritional quality. So if all of this information, then first of all, why did David want it? Why did we get it? And David drank 3 glasses of this today, and I'm guessing he's okay.
Because we'll find out tomorrow morning during the go hour.
Can somebody text Nuno and say, did he have any ill effects from drinking 3 glasses of raw unpasteurized milk this morning?
All right, on the Micah Parsons thing, Schefter did have it first. Parsons and the Packers have already agreed on a 4-year, $188 million contract, makes him the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL. The trade package returning to Dallas includes 2 first-round picks and a frontline player. That's defensive tackle Kenny Clark going to the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, they needed help, in the middle of the defense. They definitely did.
Well, I don't think you need help on the middle of the
bad.
defense if you're getting. Well, they got 2 first-rounders, so that's good. But you don't need help on the in the middle of your defense so badly that you're willing to get rid of literally the only player on your defense that scares you.
Okay, the more I read about this milk stuff, the more I may be out on it. There's nothing I'm getting back. There was one Reddit post that said it was okay, so I'm going to believe random Reddit guy or all these legitimate news sources that say, hey, probably don't do this, including AI.
Random Reddit guy's definitely a reliable source for sure. Yeah.
This is where I wish David were here. I could just call it. Hey, come down here and tell us what. I just don't. Okay, let's do this, Kate. I do want to see the jug. So can you or somebody go upstairs and get the jug and bring it down here so we can look at it?
It looks like a legitimate milk jug that you would get at HEB, whatever your grocery store of choice is, and it's sealed at the top, you have to pull the thing off before the cap top comes off.
Well, who sells it? If it's so dangerous, why do they sell it?
It's somebody's farm sells it down in Brenham.
Oh, so it's a Brenham? This could be a
it
Bluebell
says
cow?
It comes from Brenham. Probably is.
So I opened the fridge earlier because I was going to get some water, and I saw that giant jug of milk in there, and I was in my head, I was like, why is it so yellow? And
it's yellow? Ooh, I'm not the aesthetic of that.
Yeah, it's not super yellow, but milk is usually eggshell white, all through the carton. It was there was a hue of yellow, and it really just threw me off. It looked a little bit gross.
I don't know if I can do this.
Yeah, I'm out. I told you, I'm out.
I need to see this jug of milk.
I'm out.
This AI is.
Okay, why are you still here?
Oh, she's bringing the jug of milk.
See, she is wearing all black too. She is.
Hold on, I'm going to give it right back to you. Now, I don't see any yellow here.
Maybe it was just me looking in the fridge, but it seemed a little bit off.
Grade A raw milk. This product contains unpasteurized milk. And they do put the warning on there. Shake well. I mean, I'm not going to give away the brand of it, but it's definitely, they put the warnings on the carton. That's interesting. And so Nuno doesn't care. Thank you, Kay.
Which is odd, right? Because doesn't that man usually always care?
And this is something.
Kay's wearing all black. She's dressed for a funeral. The Dallas Cowboys are 6 feet under.
So this is actually the milk talk, and what you said about Nuno. You would think that he would be so against drinking that stuff because of all the warnings on it and how health conscious he is.
He is constantly telling us the energy drinks of choice around here. Whatever brand somebody's drinking around here,
he hates them.
He hates all of them, which and for good reason, right? They're not healthy. I had one on the show yesterday. I know it's not healthy.
How about Kaylee Dreyer drinks them and she's like, "Yeah, I'll drink them and my heart will start to palpitate, and then she's like, I bend over until it goes away, and then I just keep. I'm like, why don't you just stop?"
Yeah, there's
something in those things that gets you addicted, and I'm glad that, quite frankly, expert in this is not producing the show today.
Have you heard that NCAA athletes are not allowed to drink
unpasteurized milk?
Probably not. But the brand Celsius.
Well,
because in drug tests, it will sometimes flag as cocaine. It's kind of one of those things where if you eat a poppy seed bagel, it flags as heroin. Yeah, seriously, I'm serious. They are not allowed to drink them on game days.
Flags as cocaine.
Yes.
You think Pablo Escobar, the Colombian cartel, are smuggling cocaine into Celsius now? Does it give you? Well, we won't go into that. All right.
Whoa.
Morning routine.
Jeez.
But to go back to the milk conversation, I did want to talk about morning routines because I'm a sucker for. I don't give in to much social media marketing. But I found myself when people are discussing their morning routines on social media, and it's guys, I'm not talking about randoms. I'm talking about like Mike Israetel, Gary Brecka. What's the Stanford professor that got super popular? Has gone on Rogan. Who am I thinking of here?
You are talking to the wrong dude.
But it made me interested to see like what is your morning routine look like every day? Do you take supplements? Like when do you take supplements?
Nope.
You don't take any, like no
all
vitamins?
Natural. Nothing.
No vitamins at all.
No vitamins.
And I think vitamins are a scam. I think you get a lot of them from the food that you eat. But I got kind of suckered into this Gary Brecka biohacking your life thing where he starts talking about you need methylated multivitamins because half the people walking the planet don't possess the gene or the tools in your body to break down regular vitamins. Like they have to methylate them in your body. And so
Methylate.
I don't even know what that means, but he's explaining to me this to me or to the camera. And he's saying it with enough conviction that made me believe it. So guess what I bought? Methylated multivitamins. And I don't know.
Methylate.
What does methylate mean?
Mix or impregnate with methanol or methylated spirit.
So whatever it is, that process, he claimed that about half the people in the world can't methylate their vitamins. And you need the methylization to get into your bloodstream, to get the vitamin into your bloodstream and the minerals and all that stuff. So I bought methylated multivitamin, and I've been taking them. I don't know if it's making a difference. I do know that I'm, the side effects of having too much vitamin. I think everybody knows what we're talking about here. Like if you take too many vitamins, your pee turns like really highlighter, like very bright colors, and it's just you're getting out the excess vitamin. I have noticed that since I've started taking that all of that clears up. I don't have that issue. So maybe I am absorbing more of it, but I'm a sucker for that type of stuff, that type of social media marketing. Andrew Huberman is the Stanford professor that I was thinking about. I listen to a lot of his stuff with, he's been on Rogan. He's been on a ton of podcasts. And so it's like him and Gary Brecka and Mike Israetel are like three of the, and there's one more. I know I'm missing a couple, but they're like three of the bigger names right now in health and human performance. Let's just call it that. And so like I have added a tablespoon of olive oil into my morning routine. So I pour, and let me tell you this, I have found out this about olive oil. You need to look at the back of the olive oil that you're buying. Some of these, they'll tell you where they're getting the olives from, and sometimes it's like 18 different countries. Like look for an olive oil, an extra virgin olive oil that is, the olives are coming from one place, and it will tell you on the label. So I always look for that, but I pour, and I don't know if this is working or not, but I know that I think that olive oil's got good fatty acids, good omega-3s. So I pour it into a tablespoon and I take it in the morning. That's part of my morning routine with my vitamins. I take beetroot, I take turmeric, I take ashwagandha. I don't know if all this stuff works, but it makes me feel good, and I'm a sucker for it.
Yeah, you are a sucker for it.
You think all that's fake?
I'm not saying it's fake or not. I'm sure there's real science behind it.
Take omega-3 fish oils.
I know that my girlfriend takes vitamins because she's dealing with some medical stuff right now, and it's helping her. It really does. It makes her feel better. And the stuff she's taking, the doctors, actual medical professionals are saying, like, you should take these to improve different things. And so, like, I'm not, like, it's not a believe or not believe thing. It's just not something that is part of my life personally. I'm not saying anything. So
you're just a traditional get up, brush your teeth, put your deodorant on.
I will get up. I will have some breakfast. Right now, my routine is a couple of waffles and some yogurt.
Lego My Eggo?
They're not. I do love a Lego My Eggo. When I was a kid, I would put peanut butter between two of them and essentially make myself a peanut butter sandwich off walk to school. Right now, it's the ones. They've got some like protein in them. They're good. I do all the different flavors. Like sometimes they're chocolate chip, sometimes they're blueberry, sometimes they're buttermilk. It's awesome. Yogurt and coffee. Couple glasses of water for sure. Take a shower.
This is so you do all that before you shower.
Yeah,
of course. You're gonna brush your teeth and then
I'll get out of bed. I'll get out of bed, and a lot of times I don't have to be at TexAgs before TexAgs Live starts, so I'll get out of bed, watch a little bit of the show while I'm eating my breakfast, take a shower, brush my teeth, put my contacts in. Fun fact, Stephen McGee imparted some wisdom on me. years and years ago, you should always, always, always brush your teeth before you put your shirt on.
I agree. I mean,
because sometimes you might you get a little toothpaste on it and it stains the shirt.
Same thing with putting your deodorant on.
So yeah. No, I put my shirt on and then put my lift up. Yeah, seriously, because I don't know the way I put my shirts on. Like I'll get like deodorant stains on the side. Like lines on the side.
That's what I'm saying. You put deodorant on before you put your shirt on.
No, I'm saying I will put my shirt on and then I will put my arm and then while I've got my arm in.
That's bizarre.
Is that bizarre?
Kate, how do you do it?
It kind of just depends on if I remember to put my shirt on, or if I remember to. It depends on if I remember to put the deodorant on before or after I put on my shirt. So, if I'm,
I mean, it's all part of.
Here's the deal, dude. Like, there's a method to my madness. Like, if I was putting on the deodorant before my shirt, I don't know the way I put on my shirts, my t-shirts, whatever. Sometimes there will be like deodorant lines.
Yeah, I will get that if I try to lift up and I accidentally swipe it on my shirt.
Sounds like you need to be better with how you like.
But it makes way more sense that like I wake up in the morning, I sleep in a pair of shorts, right? So I'm chest naked in front of the mirror.
Yes.
And
it's the second time you've described it that way in recent weeks.
And so you're in there and like you're doing your bathroom routine. I brush my teeth and I put my deodorant on with no shirt on. You just said you brush your teeth without your shirt on.
Yeah.
So you brush your teeth, then put shirt on, and then put deodorant on. It would be just tackle it all right there.
No, I mean, yeah, you could, but I don't do that. But like, it's all right. Like, it's all in the general vicinity. Like, doing that would save me 10 feet of walking. I guess. Like, it's gonna save me 15 steps. It doesn't. Like it. This is my morning routine, Brauny. Stop. Like, I gotta have my contacts on before I pick out what I'm gonna wear.
Let's break down some more things you're bad at. Okay, we talked about doing this. Like, do you know what you're bad at? Like, as a human, as a man, like, do you know the things that you're bad at? I do. One of the things that you're bad at is this.
Yeah, my half-drink water bottles. It's funny you bring this up. Jenna asked me.
They're like trophies around the office.
Jenna asked me last night. She goes, "How many like half-drink water bottles do you think you've left in your car over the years?" I estimate it's probably near 800 and 900.
How long do they stay in there? Just until you're like, oh, I need to clean these out? Yeah,
typically like when I go to the gas station, like to get gas. Or get a car wash, stuff like that.
Look, no free ads here, but I've been drinking. You may have seen me. I've been drinking this new water.
Yeah.
And they sell it at HEB.
Yeah.
Great Texas company, HEB, one of my favorites. Texas Mount Rushmore Company.
Yeah, duh.
Yeah, I think them and Buc-ee's were without a doubt.
No, I wouldn't even. I'm not sure Buc-ee's is on there. Buc-ee's is still relatively new to me. First and foremost, Texas Instruments. Duh.
T.I. They've been around a while. Yeah.
I'd say HEB's up there. Whataburger for sure, and Dr. Pepper.
Okay. That's a respectable.
Like I'm not trying to disrespect Buc-ee's at all.
Are we going to put Bluebell on this list?
Bluebell
would probably be close.
Yeah, my Mount Rushmore would look a little different. Good call there, Kate.
Good call.
Excellent point. But these waters that I've been drinking from HEB, they're called Crazy Water. They come from mineral wells. My first introduction to them was at Troubadour Festival. Me and my wife were walking around looking at the booths and everything, and they had a booth up there. And this mineral water, it ranges from like 0 to 4, and the higher that you get on the number scale, the more minerals are in the water. They don't filter the minerals out, and it does have a very different taste the higher that you get in numbers. But we interacted with them at their booth at Troubadour Fest, and I really enjoyed it. And Troubadour Fest, it's at the end of May, so it's sweltering hot, and you're walking around a ton. And I love Troubadour Fest. One of my favorite things that happens yearly now in College Station. I hope it never goes away. If you haven't done Troubadour Festival, the barbecue and the music, it's a sensational day. It's awesome. They do a great job there. They had this crazy water booth. It's called Crazy Water. They had the booth, and they were like letting you sample each of the numbered of what, like, starts at 0 and it tastes like regular water. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so that's like my first introduction, and it got me hooked. We drink this stuff religiously now.
Okay.
And the level 4, like, you taste the minerals. Like, you don't think that's going to taste like regular water, and the viscosity of it it's a lot thicker. Like, it feels like it holds on to the bottle as it slides down after you take a sip. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, the play-by-play of drinking water is something I didn't have on my bingo card.
Well, forgive me for being passionate about things. This water, I'm trying to give them a plug.
That's fine.
Crazy
that's
Water.
Fine.
If you want to
fine.
send, if you want to be the official water providers of the B team, and really just this side of the B team set,
I'll drink it. I will drink it. I'll drink about half the water bottle, and then I'll leave it in the floorboard of my car because that's just what I do. Apparently,
why can't
that's
you
what
just
I'm
say?
bad at,
Why can't you just say, "Hey, Brauny, that sounds really cool. Like I'd love to try that." And then
I would love to try it.
We got to get.
I would love to try it. Let's do it.
Well, now it feels staged.
Let's drink a bottle of Crazy Water instead of a cup of unpasteurized milk. Moron!
I thought I had a good idea. Don't call me a moron. I didn't drink it. And then David was the one forcing it down everybody's throat upstairs today.
He wasn't. he was forcing it down anybody's throat.
When me and Billy were sitting at the table, it turned into one of his David Goggins, Jocko Willink skits. It absolutely did. Anyway. Crazy Water. If you're out there listening, if anybody knows, maybe the mayor of Mineral Wells is an Aggie. I don't know. Look, send us this stuff. We'll promote it. It is delicious. I love it. My wife loves it. We can't have it. We can't not have it in our refrigerator right now. So, and speaking of that, I'll probably have to stop on the way home and pick up a couple more cases of 6.
Crazy Water.
Crazy Water.
Nice. I might have to try. Bring one for me tomorrow.
What's your entry point here? Because like I said, it's like 0 through 4. 2.
What do you mean?
Like the mineral level of the water. It does change the way that's probably that's going to taste like 0.
Okay.
Or 1.
That's fine.
I'll probably bring you in a 2 and a 4.
Are they? Oh, so you have to build up to it.
No, you don't have to build up to anything. You can start at 4, but it does change the way it tastes.
Oh,
and like
I'll start
I said,
at 4. Why
and
not?
it does change the viscosity of it.
Okay.
It's an experience.
I'm down to have the experience.
It's an experience.
Okay, so what's something you're bad at? If the thing I'm bad at is finishing a water bottle.
I mean, where do you want to start?
Just give me one. You don't have to, just whatever's on the top of your head.
I'm really bad at, when I write, I'm repetitive, and I try so hard not to use the same descriptors, even within like 2 or 3 sentences of each other. I could call a kid, his versatility stands out, and then sure enough, it's not a sentence or 2 later, I'm saying versatility. And I catch myself saying versatility all the time. And it's like, I don't know why I can't get out of that habit and just, use different phrases and different descriptors for the same thing. And I think when you do that, it just reads better. So, it's kind of, the Department of Redundancy department. I've got a bad habit of that when I write. I'm bad at it.
Kay just sent me a tweet. User @Olin Buchanan.
Oh, sweet.
Jerry Jones is demented. He seems to be taking it well.
I'm telling you, we probably, if Callie Garner is listening, she runs our social media and doing a great job. I think that if she is here, or maybe, either one of her blonde besties are here in the morning when Olin gets here, we need to throw a camera in his face and just say, all right, dude, let it out. And I don't know if we're going to be able to post that anywhere. It might be too riddled with profanity for us to even use.
That'll be a not safe for work video.
NSFW.
NSFW.
For sure.
With multiple asterisks.
It's going to be must see though.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
I don't know if David's going to let him get it all out. That's the dynamic at play here for tomorrow morning's show. This is why you must listen to TexAgs Live in the morning, is because you don't know. It's the day before the first football game, the home opener. There's a jam-packed show. David's got a lot on his agenda. He's got a lot on his plate. There's going to be 2 hours of Billy. The McKinney brothers return. And attention has never been higher over the last 365 days for A&M football than it will be tomorrow on TexAgs Live. And we may not even get to the Aggies and Roadrunners for the first 15 minutes. And if I'm Nuno, I just say, go, Olin.
I would absolutely tee him up and then get out of the way.
Yeah, just let it go. And
I'm excited for the go hour, and I'm excited for Stephen A. Smith's entry on whatever show he's on right now.
Oh, yeah.
Because he loves ribbon Cowboys fans.
Again,
are all
I don't know that I could ever feel
GMs
sorry.
in Dallas buffoons? Oh, it's the second. He's still going. Olin's tweeting through his feelings right now.
Go, keep reading it.
Goodness. I'm going to keep updating this.
As long as we can, read it. Who cares? We're not on the radio. Just read it.
This is like the 49ers trading Charles Haley to the Cowboys. Jerry should know that. Further proof that the dynasty of the 90s was built by Jimmy Johnson. That's what the documentary said. I didn't even need to watch it. I should have just asked Owen. I've wasted my own time.
You're letting his anger get you all riled up.
I'm all about it.
Woosa.
All about it.
Woosa. Well, we do need to start previewing the college football weekend. We're not going to dive headfirst into all of these games and matchups. But there are some big games on the slate. If you want like in-depth and really the people who cover this stuff day in, day out, listen to TexAgs Live tomorrow because they are going to do picks. Pick 'em and Rip 'em came out last night. Matthew Dawson, Luke Evangelist. So we are giving you your fixes as we get ready for the 2025 football season. But I do want to talk about some of these games because I don't know if Billy's going to walk through that door, if he's planning on coming. But if he is, obviously.
Has he texted you?
No, he hasn't.
Yeah,
Has he texted you? You know how this is going to go.
He hadn't texted me.
I know, but you know how it's going to go if he's just going to show up.
Well, the good news
or he'll start calling us.
The good news is he can't just show up because he needs somebody to let him in.
Oh, yeah, that's right. If he see Cade get up and run off, then we'll know. Or he'll text us like, somebody come let me in. I own this company. I can't get into the building. To me, one of the more intriguing games, I should say, of this opening college football weekend happens tomorrow night, 90 miles up the road in Waco. Auburn favored by 2.5 against Baylor. And I've got really, if Baylor is as good as Matthew Dawson swears that they are, why aren't they favored at home against an Auburn team that's replacing its quarterback was so bad last year?
They do have a receiving core.
Their
receivers are pretty good.
I mean, Jackson Arnold, what has he done in his career to show you that he can get the ball out there to him?
Well, here's the deal. What did Peyton Thorne show you in his career that he could do he did to Texas A&M?
But that was the
November
outlier,
9th.
right?
Fine.
Like you're going to make I would pick Baylor to win the game.
I would like for Baylor to win the game. And that's tough for me to say because I don't like Baylor. But I would like for Baylor to win the game.
Baylor can run the football. Shout out Bryson
Dave
Washington.
Aranda. I love Dave Aranda. He's super weird. It's awesome. It's awesome.
He's a
weird
little
he is.
awkward in front of the microphone too.
It's awesome. Love
You
it.
definitely tell he's like brain works faster than everybody else around him.
Oh yeah,
Big
super
time that
smart.
guy.
Remember when A&M thought he was going to be Jimbo's first defensive coordinator?
Yeah,
The replacement seemed to be pretty good.
Yeah, he'll be coaching on the sideline again for A&M on Saturday night. But if this is going to be Baylor's year to compete for the Big 12, I think they should be beating Auburn, and I'm going to pick Baylor.
I'll also pick Baylor. I know that doesn't make for great radio or whatever this show is.
Well, we're not trying to dive into.
I don't think that makes
it
going back and forth. There's not going to be a back and forth on some of these. I like Baylor. I like Sawyer Robertson. I think they've got the better quarterback. I think they're at home, and to be completely honest, I think they've got the better coach.
I would agree with all that, and I think Bryson Washington, all-conference Big 12 running back, and a veteran offensive line. I think Baylor can play a little ball control. I actually like the under here. I don't even know what the numbers would be, and we can't bet in the state of Texas, so we can say less than, I believe.
No, you can. We're not sponsored by anybody on this show, so you can give actual
not sponsored.
lines.
Hold on, you finish that sentence. We're not sponsored
yet. Sorry, we're not.
Crazy Water's coming.
But even if
HEB.
if Crazy Water is the sponsor, I don't think Crazy Water cares about betting lines.
They might. You never know.
They might.
I don't want to put words in anybody's mouth. We're wide open. Like I said, if you want to sponsor this show, we'll build you.
Like Hot Dog City. We're wide open.
Yeah, mouth wide open like Hot Dog City. We'll build you a NASCAR. Put right here with your logo on it. It'll be a part of the show.
The TexAgs Crazy Water number 69 car.
Whoa.
Banger.
Those things are going real fast and real left. Texas at Ohio State in the Horseshoe. Ohio State's bad early in the year. Texas is good early in the year. Texas has won some big road games under Steve Sarkisian. I think Texas is going to win.
I think Ohio State's bad late in the regular season too.
Well, they're bad early. Remember, didn't they get trounced by Oklahoma up there one year? Oregon beat them.
Yeah, I know that's when the flag planning really started with Baker.
Yeah.
My joke, it was tongue in cheek because at the end of the regular season, they just enjoy getting it shoved up by the Michigan Wolverines. This one's a tough one for me to pick because I'm really rooting for neither team to win, and I know that's impossible.
I think Texas is better on defense. Remember this too.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Ohio State replaced both coordinators.
That's correct.
Yeah, Matt Patricia's the new defensive coordinator there.
I think it's
hard for me to root for Matt Patricia.
Hartline's the new OC, right?
Who is it?
It's Brian Hartline, correct?
Oh,
Correct me
yeah,
if I'm
that's
wrong,
right.
please,
They
but I
promoted
think
him,
it's
yeah.
Brian Hartline.
There is coaching continuity across the board in Austin, right?
No, they lost to Shard Choice, their running back coach, but coordinators are still there. Obviously, Sarkisian calls the offense. I think they're going to have, if you made me pick the 5 best players on the field, I think Texas would have 3 of them. And I think Ohio State has Caleb Downs and Jeremiah Smith. The problem is like both of these quarterbacks we don't really know anything about. Julian Sand and Arch Manning. We've seen more of Arch Manning in his college career than we have Julian Sand, but that's not, not trying to be funny. That's not saying much with either one of them being very limited in terms of what they put on tape. And both 5-star kids.
I think Ohio State might have the 2 best players on either side of the ball in this game.
I would agree with
Jeremiah Smith and is it Caleb Downs?
Yep.
Caleb Downs. But I mean, Texas,
I think
Anthony
across
Hill,
the board, and I know all due
Simmons.
respect to those guys. I think across the board, the Texas Longhorns are the better team, and I think they've got coaching continuity. More so than Ryan Day, who was born on third base and until last January was left standing there for 5 straight years.
What do we think about the Texas offensive line after losing Kelvin Banks and Hayden Connor and then going into the horseshoe? And you know what may be a good play with Ohio State breaking in a new coordinators, Texas breaking in some new offensive linemen, first-year starters at quarterback. The under may be the play.
The under might be the play. But I also think that Texas is probably designed to win a traditional Big 12, grind it out 3 yards in a cloud of dust game.
Big 10, you mean?
Yeah, Big 10, sorry. A traditional Big 10 game where it's all about the running game and winning in the trenches. Because I also think they've got a quarterback that is built to be that guy.
I mean, Arch Manning's legs could be big, especially like they get inside the red zone. I'm taking the Longhorns. All right, Notre Dame at Miami. This
Sunday
is
game, right?
Sunday, yes, it is Sunday. Fighting Irish favored by 2.5. I think Notre Dame wins by 10 points. I don't
2
believe
scores. I think it'll be a 1-score game.
The questions at quarterback.
I think it'll be a 1-score final score. I mean that. Yeah, CJ Carr or who's the other kid?
Minchie, but it's going to be Carr. Yeah.
I
Carson
gotta
Beck,
think CJ Carr is better than Carson Beck. That guy.
I mean, it's hard to say that though. Carson Beck, like we don't know what CJ Carr is. Carson Beck has had his ups and downs, but you can't at least we know what it's going to look like. I just think that the way Notre Dame plays, we saw it here last year at Kyle Field. We saw it obviously throughout their season with. Now, they had a legitimate quarterback that could use his legs and was a winning player in Riley Leonard. But I think the way Notre Dame plays, it doesn't really matter. Like, they're going to run the football and play defense.
Jeremiah Love is going to be the best player on the field in that game.
Without question. And
nobody's going to stop him.
Pretty good Heisman value.
The Heisman candidacy might start on Sunday night.
Can you imagine? Don't you know the football writers across the country would be itching to give the Heisman to a Notre Dame running back?
That's why, yeah, sure. Absolutely. I think that
so
is a
Notre Dame?
huge boost to his Heisman candidacy. Yeah, I'll take the Irish.
And he is the offense this year. He's the offense. Jeremiah Love is the offense this year.
Yeah, didn't they get a highly coveted receiver out of the portal? I know they got Jaden Greathouse back. This is something I'm going to be locked into this because it's Sunday
and
obviously
it's a team
A&M,
on A&M schedule.
Yeah.
Like it'll be interesting to see. I don't think Notre Dame has the luxury of going vanilla in week 1. Whereas a team like Texas A&M might be able to hold some stuff back for a couple weeks. Although if you listen to Mike Elko, they're taking UTSA very seriously, as they should.
Alabama at Florida State. Crimson Tide.
The Tide is going to roll. Did you see what Florida State's quarterback said about Alabama this week?
Castellanos is a good player.
Okay, that's fine. I agree. He is a good player. But did you see what he said about Alabama this week? He said, I've dreamed of playing against Alabama. They don't have Nick Saban to save them. I don't see them stopping me.
I think he said, well, he did say that. I did see that quote.
Like, don't give Alabama's
going to be
bulletin board material.
Alabama's going to be really, really good. everywhere that we know, except maybe quarterback. Like, we don't know about Ty Simpson.
I agree. I know.
But Kalen DeBoer's getting his offensive coordinator back, and Alex Grubb. Ryan Grubb, excuse me. And so I think with what he was able to do with Michael Penix and their history together, I can probably call a game and bring his quarterback along where you don't put him in tough spots. They got incredible receivers. I mean, Ryan Williams, another legitimate Heisman candidate. If you're making your list of most athletic, craziest, biggest freak shows in the country, I think Ryan Williams would probably be in your top 5. Florida State just seems so far away from what they were 2 years ago when they did get shafted and left out of the playoff, without question. They just seem a shell of themselves coming off of last year where they struggled. I don't think they did enough. I think Castellanos is a good player. I think they nicked somebody in the ACC on their schedule. They beat somebody. I don't think it's going to be Alabama. Tied or favored by 13.5. I think they cover that easy. I think this is a 3-score game.
I think Alabama runs it up on them. I think they're pissed off. I think they're ready to prove that whatever they were under Saban is not dead yet. And you've got a coach that somehow, for some reason, has to prove himself to his own fan base in year 2.
They should be really good on defense, and they're going to be really good on the offensive line.
I think they're going to be good.
All right, the Battle of the Death Valleys, LSU at Clemson.
I am preying on Brian Kelly's downfall.
You want to talk? I said Ohio State sometimes struggles early in the season. How about LSU?
So they've lost 5 in a row since the national championship season to begin the year.
And it's typically they look way out of sorts early. Way out of sorts.
Last year might be the only outlier, right? Like they should have beat USC, but the Trojans came back late. Or am I misremembering?
I thought it was LSU that made the run late and made it close. I do remember, what was it? They played somebody in New Orleans. Was it UCF and they missed the extra point late?
Olin wrote about it today. Pressure's on. Best matchup. Keep an eye on who's not.
Clemson's favored by 4.5. And
they lost to Mississippi State in 2020. They lost to UCLA. They lost to Florida State by 1 in 2022. They lost to Florida State again in 23, and they lost by a touchdown last year.
It was Florida State, yeah. Because they did, it was a home and home, but they were both neutral sites, right? Because they played in New Orleans, and I think they played Florida State in Orlando. But yeah, they really struggled with openers, and Brian Kelly keeps, not Brian Kelly, I don't think he's doing the scheduling, but they keep having these really tough matchups in week 1 against power programs. Credit to them for scheduling it. Especially what we know now, you can kind of breeze through this thing and take as many wins as you can and help you get into the playoff. But I think with LSU's recent history of struggling on the road, both quarterbacks are Heisman candidates without question. I just like Cade Klubnik at home, and 4.5 is a tricky number. But I've always thought, if it gets kind of in that gray area, 4.5, 5.5, I always side with the favorite because I think a touchdown, it's not out of question that, Clemson wins this game 35-28 or 31-24.
I like Clemson.
I agree.
Hard for me to pick Garrett Nussmeier. Went to Marcus.
He claims Lake Charles is his hometown.
Yeah, but he went to Marcus.
Mm-hmm.
Well, from an LSU perspective as well, there's just almost zero continuity on the offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
And it's game 1 against one of the best defenses in the country. And
ball knower.
Can you run the ball against Clemson? You couldn't run the ball last year. Can you give Garrett Nussmeier enough time to make good throws? When you didn't do that last year, he threw interceptions. So
yeah, especially on the road, right? And you mentioned LSU's offensive line. They may be starting a freshman at tackle, like a true freshman at tackle. And Clemson's front 7 can really get after it. So I'm on Clemson and the points.
Agreed.
Yep.
All right. So
do you guys want my picks for the previous ones?
Go ahead.
I can just roll through them real quick. I'm with you guys on Baylor. I'm with you
guys. You
like
Baylor to cover or win?
Win outright.
Okay.
So do we just pick all the favorites?
And then actually I'm gonna go Ohio State.
Oh.
I'm going Ohio State. I have a friend in my class who's an Ohio State fan and graduate, so I'll side with him on that one. I'm sorry, Richard.
That's not the fart noise we're going to make on this show.
And I'm also with you on the Alabama blowout.
Okay.
And then Notre Dame wins.
Wins and covers.
Wins and covers.
Okay. We won't do the A&M. They're going to break A&M down, obviously, all day tomorrow on TexAgs Live. Tune in for that. Just give me a score. I think 44-20, 45-20 is where I'm at.
Swope asked me earlier. I told him 38-7.
Oh, good night for the defense.
Good night for the defense, but I know there's a lot of people that will be very upset if A&M doesn't put up 40.
I'll split the difference and go like 42-10.
Okay. So we went through the slate of games, or I did earlier today, and we're looking at some that, like, all right, who are 3 teams that I got like big time upset alert, and like I wasn't counting any non-P4 versus non-P4. I'm like looking at who is really on the cusp here and like should be high alert, danger alert for these teams. I did do one non-P4. As soon as I said that, I realized I did do.
Yeah, it's first on your list.
And because it's tomorrow night. And I like the Sam Houston State Bearcats to bounce back after getting beat in week 0 by Western Kentucky. They're a 9.5-point dog to UNLV. They're playing this game at the Houston Dynamo Stadium while Bauer Stadium in Huntsville gets redone. That's a long way from Huntsville.
Oh, yeah.
But I still like, what did UNLV do in week 1 at home against Illinois State that gave you the confidence they should be 9.5-point favorites? I would probably, if I were laying my money on it, I would just take the points. But because we're on this show and we're not betting real money, we can't bet real money in Texas. I think Sam Houston State can and will win the game.
No, UNLV is going to win the game, but it's going to the Bearcats are going to cover.
I would like to talk to, and we have some connections at the Sam Houston State Athletic Department.
Yeah.
Like, how did they end up on the Dynamo field?
I think it's probably what was closest.
The Texas Southern plays there too, right?
I don't know where Texas Southern plays their games, but it's closest, probably not in use. And
sure, we got somebody in Houston in the chat that will tell us.
They got to renovate that stadium. That's what's going on.
Well, I know, but like, why? But it feels like that's so far away from Huntsville.
Well, I mean, where else are they going to go?
They could have alternated with maybe like PV.
So that's still pretty far away from Huntsville.
It's way closer than. I mean, that stadium's on the south side of downtown in Houston. Okay, can you look up to see if that's where Texas Southern plays their home games?
Huntsville to Prairie View.
It's going to be.
Well, I don't know why Google gave me Huntsville, Alabama.
Yeah, Texas Southern plays football at Shell Energy Stadium.
Yeah.
It's an hour.
So they're splitting a field anyway.
It's an hour 20. It's 69.2 miles. Nice. Huntsville to, what's the call? Shell Energy?
Mm-hmm.
Stadium. This is amazing. You guys are loving this. Again, it gave me Huntsville, Alabama. It's 71. It's like a mile and a half longer. Like it's 71.5 miles, and it's a hour 30 as opposed to an hour 5.
Okay.
But that might just be right now.
And look, I mean, you're going to have more,
hour.
obviously, in the city of Houston, you're going to have more Sam Houston alums than you would out in, Prairie View, Waller area. So, but it's just interesting that they went that far. And I don't know that they had other options, but we got some contacts over in Huntsville. Maybe we could ask. But I do like the Bearcats.
They barely have to rebrand either. All the Dynamo stuff in there is orange.
Oh,
so,
yeah, that really bright orange.
Yeah.
But I do like the Bearcats tomorrow night at home against UNLV. Another team, these next two that I got on upset alert are in the SEC. Okay. Southern Miss is 13.5-point dogs to Mississippi State in Hattiesburg. I mean, Southern Miss.
It feels like in like 2012 when Johnny Manziel's running around the Ford Stadium in Dallas on Mockingbird Lane against SMU. Like, why is an SEC program traveling to Southern Miss?
Well, I don't know the answer to that, but what I do know is that I would never pick Southern Miss to win this game because you talk about a program that's fallen on hard times. Both of these have. But Mississippi State, like they lost to a MAC school at home last year.
I think Jeff Levy's gonna do some things. I don't think he's gonna do a lot of great things, but I think he's gonna do some things that show you like there's maybe a little bit sign of life in him. But we'll see.
Former A&M defensive lineman Malik Silla be in action there. And then the last
Katie Tiger, like Kay Nagley.
And also they're starting running back at Mississippi State, Katie Tiger, Seth Davis. Toledo on the road at Kentucky. The Rockets are 9.5-point dogs. Kentucky might stink. I like Zach Calzada. I had a great relationship with him here. His dad, Hector, great dude. I'm pulling for Zach, but Kentucky might stink.
Zach Calzada is part of David Nuno's Cuban community, so I'm going to go with Zach Calzada to win the game because I feel like I'm Cuban community adjacent now because David Nuno is mi papi. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to pick the Wildcats. And also it feels like just when you think Mark Stoops is running out of rope, he finds a way to win the games he should and a couple that he probably shouldn't.
If you type into the Google machine, who are the preseason favorites to win the MAC? The Toledo Rockets were selected as the favorite to win the 2025 MAC football championship. This is danger zone. I'm telling you. Again, I feel better. If I had to pick one of these teams to win between Sam, Southern Miss, and Toledo, I would pick Sam is the most I'm confident in to win the game. But I would definitely bet Southern Miss and Toledo to cover. Like, I feel good about those.
Okay.
Did either of y'all do any more research on these? Look at the schedule.
No.
I looked at, I was thinking about Kentucky wide receivers because obviously for Zach Calzada, that's going to be the crucial thing there. And I can't remember exactly if was there a mass migration of transfers into Kentucky wide receiver? It was out.
Dane
okay,
Key
that's
left,
right.
Barry
Yes,
Brown
it was Dane
went to
Key,
LSU.
Barry and Brown. Yes, okay, that's what I thought. So yeah, in that case, that spells a little bit of trouble for Calzada over there.
I want to say hey to the chat as we transition to whatever Brauny has next. Mark Pickering says it's talking about unpasteurized milk, says it's the only kind of milk to drink. Reminds me of being a kid. Nuno is correct. Mark, I think you are squarely in the minority, at least on this show. But
I'm scared of what's going
to
happen if I drink this stuff and my wife sees it. I'm scared of what's going to happen when I get home. So I think we are out on this bit.
Damian Hernandez, he says deodorant after shirt unless it's a dress shirt than before. Damian, I'm right there with you. Same thing.
Just doesn't make sense to me.
A lot of things don't make sense. Yeah. Brad Duncan says I'm no longer a Cowboys fan. And in the same vein, Sandman 0023, our favorite Longhorn, says, I hate you, Jerry. Jerry got to be on that Epstein list.
Whoa.
Send him to El Salvador. Help me, Tom Cruise.
Why are you
Jerry seems like he's going through it, or Sandman is going through it.
You don't have to send them to El Salvador or wherever he said. Do you realize that there is people close to that situation currently incarcerated in Bryan, Texas?
Crazy, dude. That's wild. It's wild. Like, I'll be watching World News tonight, and they'll just show some B-roll, and it's like the sign outside, and it's like Bryan, Texas. Like, oh, hey,
Ghislaine's over there.
Yeah, is that how you pronounce it?
Hey, I heard she's about to release some more names. You worried?
No, I'm not. Are you?
Maybe a certain guy that you asked a question to
you
should be worried.
What'd you say, Kay?
I said maybe a certain man he asked a question to should be worried.
Okay, we're moving on.
Moving on.
Yeah,
Jerry?
we are. No, we're moving on. Hey, Lucci enjoyed our conversation. Actually, he didn't. He made fun of our conversation about traffic the other day because I think he was driving, and he said, as soon as you guys started talking about traffic, I hit traffic, so inevitably it's our fault.
What he doesn't realize is he was already in traffic. He just bothered to look up from his phone.
So I'm going into work this morning on Welborn Road and coming from the south end of town, and it's always crowded at, with the time we come to work, 7:30.
The kids are always trying to get to their 8 a.m.s. That's exactly why it is. Always.
But today it was abnormally backed up, like past Fitch. I came out of Dutch Bros. If anybody's familiar with Bryan College Station, you know where Dutch Bros is. I come out and I take a right, and it starts backing up at that light.
And Deacon.
It starts backing up at that light by HEB.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm like, this is odd. And it takes me, it probably took me from when I left Dutch Bros to get to work, it was probably 15 minutes to get through all that. And it was abnormally backed up. And I get up to closer here, and I won't sell out the business. But there's an 18-wheeler parked in the right lane of Welborn Road, and it is making a delivery.
Crazy.
And it is not a delivery that is going to be, hey, one thing is dropped off. This guy is pulling pallets. He's got the ramp out the back. He's pulling pallets out of there, and I'm going, what are we doing? There's a massive parking lot right next to this place where he could have pulled in and done all of this, but it backed up Welborn Road like I've never seen. And I'm like, how is this okay? Like, he had his flashers on, and I think he had a cone out if I remember
but
correct.
But
still, it's a massive inconvenience, and this place that he was delivering to wasn't even open.
That's crazy. On Monday,
I did find out though that Highway 6 is widening. Did you know this?
I didn't know this.
It's supposed to be done in 2030.
Speaking of Highway 6 and 18-wheelers, on Monday, we were going to dinner, and we went to the Texas Roadhouse. Not my favorite place in the world, but it's where the woman wanted to eat. She likes the rolls. She orders off the kids menu, which is the best thing because it's cheaper. It's the best. I will always take her to Texas Roadhouse if she wants to go.
That's like a big point in her favorite. She orders from the kids menu.
Oh yeah, massive, huge. Anyways, we get on Highway 6, or you know where we live, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's Highway 6 and Fitch, and we got to go north. And I'm driving by the Costco right on the on ramp, and I'm looking, and it's backed up. Like, people are not moving. It's a parking lot.
Okay.
So I decide, okay, I'm just gonna stay on the frontage road. This is probably gonna be faster. We couldn't even we are crawling up to like where Baylor, Scott, and White is.
What time is it?
It's like 5:45. Like, we're going early. Like, it was like right after I got home from work. We wanted to eat, kind of thing. They are shutting down Highway 6 because an 18-wheeler had caught fire on Highway 6 headed north. They had to completely shut down the highway. It was crazy. It took us, and because we were already in the traffic, it's not like we could get off the frontage road to go home or go anything like anywhere else. We decided to tough it out and go. Like, we were already on the wait list anyways. 45 minutes from our apartment to University and Highway 6.
Yeah, and that's just an unfortunate circumstance.
Sure.
And the biggest thing there is, like, even if everybody's going to stop and look at that, that's the frustrating.
And I heard that I heard that everybody was okay, which is the best part of the story. But geez, the traffic was insane. And it just so happened to be the first day of school too, which is incredibly inconvenient timing. But
people in the chat are talking about Tristan Keys flipping from LSU to Tennessee.
Did that just happen?
I believe so. Okay. Let me go get an exact how long ago.
This is interesting. I didn't get a text about it. I've got 35 text messages already since we've been sitting up here, so maybe I did.
Like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, nothing surprises me. I mean, that kid was a flight risk. It's interesting that he did it right now, though, like right before the football season starts. Like, you don't want to at least see LSU, Tennessee, and even A&M play. It wouldn't surprise me if that kid's back in Baton Rouge at a game at some point, or he shows up in College Station. That's the way recruiting goes nowadays.
So flipped from a team that could drastically underperform under Brian Kelly in year 3 to a team that has no quarterback.
Yeah, and at least LSU has a recent run of receivers where you're going, like they produce some of the best wide receivers in the country.
I will say,
signing bonuses for those guys are astronomical.
I like Heupel more than Kelly.
We'll see a Josh Heupel. I mean, I think he needs a good year, and I don't know. Like, we were talking about teams in the league earlier today upstairs. Like, who's somebody in the league that you think might stink that nobody's talking about? And I think Tennessee would be my pick. I don't know enough about them. I do know that Josh Heupel has morphed from like this passing style of attack, and he was the quarterback that put Mike Leach's air raid on the map at Oklahoma. And I think people often associate his history as a player with kind of what he is as a coach. But he really, like, all of his offenses recently have really thrived on running the football.
Hey, I got something for you. Seeing it on the boards. Old friend Chris Marshall has caught his first Division I touchdown
for Boise State. We got live football going on right now.
It's awesome. Good for him.
Yeah, again, like you always pull for these kids. The light bulb comes on for every kid at a different time. Some kids get it at 16. Some kids never get it. Some of them get it at 22. Chris Marshall was without question one of the more talented kids I've ever covered. Like, legitimately could have played Division I basketball as well, but the light bulb for various reasons wasn't going to go on. But that's cool. I mean, maybe he needed to get as far away from home as he could for his kind of maturity level to match his talent level.
Maybe. Where do you want to go next?
Well, they announced the. Do you care like uniform combinations?
Are we talking about those NFL uniforms that they were dropping today?
No, I didn't see that.
Oh, they look real good. I thought the 49ers uniform, it was all black with some like.
Was this on
gold
NFL? Did it end up
red? All the teams were like posting them individually. The Bills one looked really cool.
Were they color rush?
I think it's for the rivalry game. So whatever week they play their rival, it's for that week. And so the Patriots had one as well.
Let's pull these up.
It was like Blue Storm. Like Storm Blue. They looked really nice. It was like a cool branding thing. Yeah.
Cool. See, the first one that I popped up on this ESPN link, maybe while we're talking about this, can you pull this up? Are you looking at it?
You want me to pull up the logo, the jerseys?
So ESPN has a link when it's Rivalries Uniform Gear Series unveiling. They've got it. It's the first thing that the first link I clicked on. Kate, can you find a tweet that's going to have that you could pop up that may have some of these on there?
Yeah, I can try.
But I'm looking at them now, and this makes for great radio, right? Because we're looking at something that the listeners can't see.
Good news is that this is only streamed on platforms that also have a video component.
Yeah. To me, like the Jets look very similar to their normal jerseys. The Rams look real similar to the normal jerseys. So does the Cardinals. I like the 49ers. The 49ers went back to that old school number, like the font on the number, really sharp.
Cardinals are doing something that's like.
Oh, I thought that was just like how the filter looked.
It's supposed to be like the state. Like, it's interesting.
Is that supposed to be like sand?
Yeah, Buffalo Cold Front is what they're calling them. That checks out.
Those are like icy whites.
Sense.
Yeah,
icy whites. Not a big fan of the Rams. Midnight mode. It's too many blues. The dark waters for the Dolphins were cool.
Depend on what color pants they're wearing.
It's like all black, and it's going to go with the black helmet too.
Interesting. I missed this on my feed today. Good. Like the more creativity, and this is where the NFL.
I think
I don't know
the
that they
ones
can do
I
any
like
wrong.
The most
their
are
brand's so strong.
The Niners. I think those are the best.
But like, why weren't they doing more of these? And the color rush, they got a ton of talking about, like they created a ton of buzz about them. I think these will probably do the same thing, and it's not going to affect the viewership if 4 or 5 weeks these teams wear these crazy jersey combinations. And Nike, you feel like they would kind of index on doing something like this more often. I'm glad they're doing it.
Do you like it when Nike does this stuff in baseball? Because that's what they're doing.
No, I mean, all the City Connect stuff, I like a lot of them.
I like very few of them.
Really? But see, people hated on me because I like the Space City ones.
Yeah, I didn't. The blue ones. I'm not a big fan.
If they'd have worn them with white pants, I'd have been
bingo.
Yeah, I didn't like the pants. But
I like the ones they have now more than the other ones.
Yeah, like Boston has had some bad ones, but I like a lot of them.
The Dodgers originals, they were like blue jerseys, blue pants, white socks. Made no sense. The ones they've got now are, they're just kind of meh. But like different pieces of the City Connects are cool. Like to have like a jersey is all right. A lot of the hats are solid.
I don't have to see the Astros play 162 games in the same 3 jersey combinations. Like, as long as their traditional look is the prominent look, that's what they're wearing most days, I'm fine with it. But mixing in these City Connect jerseys, there you go.
Yeah, I found a
Popped
picture
it up on the screen there. See, like, so for me, it's hard to tell, like, in that photo you've got, Cade, like how much of the filter is, or how much is that what the actual jersey is going to look like. Like, Arizona look like they're normal whites until you realize, oh, that's not like some filter or some shading they've got on there. It's the actual color of the jersey.
Well, you can see like I don't know if you can see that patch on the shoulder, but it looks like it's like the state. It's like the state of Arizona with the state flag in it. Yeah.
That's solid. I know you're a big state pride guy because
I am.
We hail from the Lone Star State, but that's cool that they do that kind of stuff. Oddly enough, I like the Serpientes look that the D-backs have.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Checking back in on Olin Buchanan 31 minutes ago, he tweeted, quote, "I'm going to vomit."
This is gonna, like I said, you have to tune in to TexAgs Live in the morning.
In the chat, the YouTube chat, Dalton Hughes wants to know, is Richard making a political statement with his shirt? No, I am showing solidarity with Olin Buchanan and Robert
I didn't know
Cessna.
how that could be a political statement. Did you know that the Chicago White Sox City Connect jerseys, outside of Braden Montgomery, who's in the minor league system, and Jackson Appel, I don't really get a lot of Chicago White Sox. It looks like the Bulls.
Yeah, that was the point.
Yeah, they look sick. I didn't.
But they wear them with black pants. Like it's too much. It's too much.
I miss the black pinstripes.
No, those sucks too.
I will argue you on this all day long. I love those jerseys. They look so clean. I don't.
Did you
care
like
that they were
A&M's
all
maroon
black.
pinstripes?
Oh no, I can remember.
No, I had to wear those. We wore maroon pinstripes for club baseball, and they were like the most
Atrocious.
uncomfortable jersey. And I had to wear stirrups with them, and they come out of my shoes when I pitch, so that made it even
Atrocious.
worse.
I can remember. I covered the first Sunday game where they wore those. I remember walking in and seeing them, like from the press box. It was Cam Blake was the first guy who was like he was milling around the dugout. I saw the pants. Like ugh. Atrocious.
The player that I associate, the A&M baseball player that I associate most with the maroon pinstripes is Will Frizzell.
Mine would be Cam just because he was the first guy I saw.
I'm scrolling through these MLB City Connect jerseys. The Philly jersey I don't love, like how it fades, but the hat is sick. With
That's
the
like what I'm
Liberty
saying.
Bell.
Like a lot of them have really, really cool hats. Like really cool hats.
Well, it's again. I like this stuff. I like teams doing something different. I saw Baseball America was ranking their top. I think they ranked their top 4 college baseball jerseys. They had North Carolina 1, great call. They had
Baseball jerseys.
They had Texas was at 3. Their home whites.
The problem with Texas's home whites is that they wear them with a white cap, and I understand that it's classic and it's tradition, but it's too much white.
And then they had Oregon's whites with the green hat and just the simple duck head on the chest. That was their third. I can't remember.
Oregon's got that great
who the two was.
throwback
Can you look
jersey
up
right now?
Baseball America? Like they put out their top jersey. See if you can find that tweet. And they may have gone deeper, like with a list, but those were the 4 that were embedded in the tweet.
Carolina's a good shout.
Do you like Carolina? See, I don't like Carolina's when they go like the baby blue, all baby blue, and it's accented by the dark blue.
I don't like baby blue. I don't think
They're
baseball
powder blue.
jerseys should be powder blue or baby blue. I like Carolina.
Not even the tops?
This guy. Carolina, when they do like a powder blue top, the Carolina blue top with like white pants, that is a great look.
Yes.
It's classic. It might be the best color in all of sports. Maybe.
That's a good topic.
Like it is so unique. It's uniquely them. They wear it well in all sports. Be honest with you.
Yeah, I would put it up there with like as iconic of a color scheme as any that there are out. Like Carolina's color combinations are elite. Like I don't think you can make basketball, football, baseball, jersey rankings list without having North Carolina at the top or near the top in all those lists.
I think it's in my top 5.
I think about this too. Oregon, they do too much, but inevitably they're going to have a combination that pops. But when they changed to this style of I guess it would have been like the 2000s, early 2000s when they changed from the duck that was coming out of the O to this O, and that's really kind of when they started experimenting with the helmets.
Multiple O's.
I think I don't like the duck wing helmets. I like the old school one with the duck coming out of the O, and I really like this new one and the combinations when it's got the yellow O on it. I think it pops.
I don't mind the duck wing helmets. I think the duck wing helmets are pretty sick. I think they're like uniquely them, right?
What's your favorite helmet?
With that, my favorite helmet's easily the winged helmet.
Michigan,
the maize and blue. You're talking about color combinations. That's way up there.
I found that tweet.
Well, who was it? Was it just the top 5?
So it doesn't have like a picture, but it does have the top 10. I can give you the top 10.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's go. Top 10.
So top 10. So as you said, North Carolina at 1, Texas at 2, Oregon at 3. They have Ole Miss at 4.
Which ones does it say?
It says college baseball programs with the 10 best
Ole Misses are
10
not
best
good.
uniforms.
I'll tell you that right now. They're not that great.
I don't know. That's what the tweet says. Arizona State at 5.
Yeah.
Kansas at 6.
Arizona State's cool because they still wear the yellow sanitaries with the stirrups.
Clemson at 7.
Sorry, can you go back? What was 6? I forgot.
Kansas. It was Kansas. Like Kansas Jayhawks.
What?
Yeah.
I would have to even think about what
if you
they
like
look like.
red, white, and blue jerseys, which I do.
Keep going, Cade.
Clemson at 7.
Classic.
Tulane at 8. I like those.
It's like the birds on bat. It's all right.
LSU at 9. Arkansas at 10. And omitted from the top 10 in a shocking turn of events, I think, is Vanderbilt.
No, you're wrong. Vanderbilt's jerseys are terrible.
Their Sunday jerseys are terrible.
They're terrible.
Oh, the ones with the anchors?
Well, the green ones.
So the green ones,
yeah.
and they do the black pinstripes.
I agree. Those are
all
great,
atrocious. They often wear white on the road, which I think is a big no-no. LSU's probably too low. I'm not a huge fan of Arkansas's. To be honest with you, and I know it's a homer pick, and it's not classic at all because it changes a lot actually. But whatever Texas A&M's got right now, they're classic. They're clean. I think the script is really cool.
A&M's maroons right now are awesome.
The script Aggies.
When they go maroon top, white bottom, really sharp, I think.
I think their pinstripes are really good, and I'm not a big pinstripes guy.
The red, white, and blue on Sundays is a little bit iffy for me.
No, I don't like those.
I'm not a fan.
When you say all these teams, it's like I'm having a picture. Like I could give you specific jerseys of those that I like, except for Clemson. I really don't like much of what Clemson's got. I typically go for a solid top, white bottom. Like I think that's the cleanest look. So for me, like with Texas, I don't like their all whites, but I like their burnt orange top with their white bottoms more.
And they're using that script Texas too, which is
sharp.
new-ish, or
Yep.
they're bringing it back. It might be an old font that they've dusted
But
off.
Arkansas's best one is their creams.
Yeah, that is true. The throwback look.
Yep.
But what ruins that for me is the font on the back is not a throwback.
Oh yeah.
So that's
I never thought about it like that.
There's one that you want to talk about things that you're super OCD about that nobody actually cares about, except for like a small finite number of people. I'm really weird when it comes to jerseys and like uniforms and stuff. Like I will notice the smallest details that I don't like, and it'll ruin something for me.
I don't like LSU's golds, Sunday golds. I like their purple tops better.
You know what's wrong with the LSU Sunday golds? When they're on the road, they wear them with white pants.
Yeah, and you mentioned Vanderbilt does that with their gold top too on the road.
I don't think you should wear white on the road. So I think it's a baseball no-no.
So you mentioned Michigan being your favorite helmet of all time.
Yeah.
My favorite of all time. By the way, a quick shout out because I didn't watch this entire game, but I just got the highlights, and I actually just watched them a couple of days ago, even though it happened last week. Hawaii's new look with the helmet. It's got the chain of islands on one side of it, and then that H on the other. I dug that a lot. Hawaii's got some cool combinations, I think.
Did you see they're going to get a stadium renovation as well?
Yeah, they're getting a real legit stadium out there.
It looks pretty awesome.
My favorite helmet of all time, and I don't know how many are going to join me on this, and it shouldn't be this hard to find, but it's really, you can't even get a Google picture, like a good Google picture of it to try to aid my point or help me make my point here. I loved the early 2000s black Texas Tech helmet with the bass boat flake in it.
Yep.
I thought those were awesome.
They're good.
Why did we get away from that bass boat look?
Better than what they've got now.
I think I like black and red as a color combination, and I think Texas Tech should have way better football, basketball, and baseball uniforms. They've got a great combination. They've got a unique logo. They really got a unique mascot in a red raider and the masked rider. I think they could do better stuff than what they've got right now. Remember when they went through that? I guess it would have been the Matt Wells, and maybe Kingsbury was there too, and with Mahomes. But some of the helmets they were rocking with the state of Texas flag with the red, white, and blue all on one side, and then they went to those deep gray uniforms. Tech did some bad stuff, and they shouldn't because they've got a cool color combination.
Is the helmet you're talking about is like from like Michael Crabtree type? Or
yes, that would have been the tail end of it.
Tail end?
It would have been like when Kingsbury was playing quarterback there through Sonny Cumbie and B.J. Simmons and Hodges, like all of those era Tech quarterbacks. They had some
Craig
sweet.
James' son.
Huh?
He was there during that era.
Oh
Craig
yeah.
James'
Oh
son.
yeah. I was thinking about quarterbacks, but you're right. He was there. R.I.P. Mike Leach.
May he rest in peace.
He came to Texas A&M as a head coach of the Mississippi State Bulldogs and chucked it around pretty good one year.
I was there for that.
I'm a huge fan of it. I just love guys that in their career they did more with less.
Okay,
I'm a huge fan of guys who make cameo appearances in Friday Night Lights.
Only
Well,
Buchanan.
sorry. Well, that's not Friday Night Lights.
Varsity Blues.
I have a quick question that we can finish with. Question we can finish with. Which SEC team, other than LSU and Texas, do you like watching A&M lose to the least?
Which hurts the most?
Which hurts the most other than LSU or Texas?
None of them feel good.
Yeah.
Because for me, and I don't know why, but it's Auburn every time. I hate losing to Auburn so much. I hate losing to them so much because it feels like we've in the time that we've been in the A&M's been in the SEC, they've been programs of a similar level to a certain extent, and it feels like A&M should be getting over the hump more often than not in that game, and in my experience watching it, it's just always incredibly frustrating.
I'll take their national championship since A&M's been in the league.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But Auburn feels like a non-offensive program for A&M fans, right? Like there's a lot of similarities between Auburn and A&M.
That's why it makes me mad when we lose to them.
Okay, again, none of them feel good, but I don't know that I would have Auburn anywhere near that. I'd have Arkansas way ahead of that. If you had maybe pull out LSU and Texas, I'd have Arkansas probably right there, standing right behind them in line.
Arkansas, for me, outside of LSU and Texas, would be number one in the league without question. Now, since I've been in school, we haven't played Oklahoma, so I might put Oklahoma on the list, and the reasoning would be the same for both. Being a kid from DFW, a lot of kids you go to high school with that don't end up at Texas A&M or Texas, a lot of them end up at Oklahoma or Arkansas. Fortunately for me, since I've been in school, A&M's only lost to Arkansas once, but I thoroughly enjoy rubbing it in their faces.
I don't like losing to Missouri.
I don't like losing to anybody. My dad used to say, quote, losing feels worse than winning feels good. I hate losing to anybody. Brad
Zane with generational quote. Nobody's ever thought about that.
Losing feels worse than winning feels good.
It's been said a bajillion times.
That's what he's the first person I didn't say he coined it. He's the first person I heard say it.
Missouri
buffoon
rocketed up my list this spring.
What for?
Well, they walked into Bluebell Park and swept A&M in baseball. Oh. Come on. That was a pretty big wound.
I have tried to forget.
Oh, I think a lot of people
Missouri came back for me. I guess if they took a big step forward up the list after that weekend, they took a big step back for me because I think Eli Drinkwitz on the podium at SEC Media Days was hilarious. Last day, he made it the best day.
All right, we are on a 94.5 hour break. We will be back with you on Tuesday at 4:15. Big TexAgs live show coming tomorrow morning from the desk right here to our right. Starting at 8 a.m. all the way through 11. Get you ready for game day. Enjoy your weekend. Football is back, and we love it. Thanks for tuning in.
Can't wait to hear what Olin has to say.
Yeah, man. Don't forget Olin Buchanan, must-see TV, must-listen radio, 8 o'clock in the morning, right over here. Enjoy your weekend. Thanks for tuning in to the B Team.